Hi everyone, it's Katie the Stash Queen. I'm back from vacation, yay! I'm gonna warn you now, this is going to be a long video. I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot of haul that came in while I was gone. I've got updates on the projects that I brought with me on vacation. I've got the preview for the next couple of days. I have finishes. Yes, plural finishes. I'm down to 56 whips. It's amazing. I've got, I'm going to do Coffee Stitchers tag today. I don't have any stash that I'm going to show you guys today because we got back yesterday afternoon, and you know, the day after vacation things get a little bit hectic and weird, and I've got enough to show you guys today stash wise that just from my haul that I think will be good. But yeah, vacation was wonderful. We were in Colorado for a week. We went to Denver the first couple of days, went to the Science and Nature Museum where there was some really cool exhibits, gemstones, and found out my daughter loves ancient Egypt as much as I do, and there was a whole display on mythical creatures, and the whole mythology of where they came from, how they're so predominant in his society, everything from mermaids and unicorns to Asian dragons and all over the world. It was a really cool exhibit. We also went to the aquarium in downtown Denver, which was awesome. They have a whole show that we stumbled upon. Literally, we walked into the section where there were fish in the wall and the mermaid show began. There's this whole show where some of the workers do a whole mermaid production and swim as mermaids under the water in front of the whole audience, and you see it through this big glass wall, and my daughter was just absolutely amazed. She was so impressed, and my son too for that matter, but my daughter especially. She's 9, of course she's going to be thrilled into mermaids, and insisted when we got through to the end where there was a mermaid. We were right there. We had great timing at the aquarium. We were right there when the mermaid was coming up, or one of the mermaids is coming up for pictures after the show, and my daughter begged me for pictures, to take a picture with a real life mermaid, mommy. So she and my son took pictures with the mermaid. I'm sorry if there's a little bit glare on my glasses today. I need to get new glasses. The part of it broke while we were on vacation. Anyway, so after Denver, we stayed in a cute little condo. I highly recommend, if anyone's looking to go on vacation, look at Airbnb. It's a new breakfast. It's like people rent out their homes to you while they're gone, and you can have like an actual house instead of a hotel room. And it was a whole lot better deal for us. We did it in all 3 places that we went to. It worked out really, really well. So there's my Airbnb user endorsement. After Denver, we went to Boulder, where my husband did complete his Ironman. Yay! Anyone who watches this channel who's in Stitch Mania knows how much I was posting that day with all of the updates. It was a 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, and then 26.2 miles of a marathon to complete. And he finished it, and it was awesome. And we had a great time cheering him on. We didn't do a whole lot of sightseeing in Boulder because we got there the day before his race. Then he had his race, which it was like 14.5 hours that he was racing, starting at like 6:30 in the morning. He got up at 4 a.m. I did my hour of August ABCs that day, from like 4 to 5 because I couldn't go back to sleep. But he finished it and it was great. It was awesome. Fantastic. Monday, he was like walking around like nothing happened. I don't see how that's fair. You will never see me do an Ironman, let alone a marathon or anything. I'm not that crazy. He loves it. I'm very, very proud of him. It was a wonderful time, but he was walking around Monday like nothing happened. It was insane. But Monday we drove from Boulder to Breckenridge. We had a lot of fun in Breckenridge. I can't tell if my sunburn is showing up too well. It looks like it's faded some, but I had sunburn in Breckenridge pretty bad. The tops of my hands, you can kind of still see it a little bit there. It got pretty sunburned, because who thinks of putting sunscreen on the top of their hands? Random place to get sunburned. But in Breckenridge, we walked around downtown a lot, which was really cute. Tons of awesome little shops. We went on Tuesday, I guess it was. We went horseback riding in the morning. Yes, I'm in Texas. I know Texan. I live near 3 or 4 different ranches. I don't own a horse. Sorry. Real Texans don't have to own horses. I think Coffee Stitcher will agree with me on that. But we went horseback riding. My son kind of melted down a little bit at first, but he was being tethered along. He is on a little horse called Half Pint, who was perfect size for him, and he was being led by a really awesome rider. She was fantastic, young 20s, and could talk to him on his level and talk about superheroes and all sorts of fun stuff. So he calmed down. My daughter is a natural on the horse. She had a stubborn horse who wanted to stop and eat everything on the trail that he could. It was an 1.5 hour ride on these horses on the mountain trail. And I rode behind her in the line, and she was a natural. She was fantastic. And she has asked if we can look into getting her horseback riding lessons. And my daughter is not overly athletic. She's just not. She's more of an artistic soul. So we've tried soccer with her. She liked the camaraderie, but didn't really like the sport. So we're thinking seriously about looking into some of the ranches that are around here that offer horseback riding lessons and seeing about getting into those details, because that's a great sport. She loved it. Who knows? But we were joking during the ride, mostly to keep my son happy. My horse was the slowest horse in the world. Took his time and didn't want to stay. Oh, we're on a mountain. We're doing a mountain ride, okay? And he's trying to avoid every single rock that he can. Like if there's a bunch of gravel, he was trying to walk all around it so his hooves would. It drove me nuts. And Paul's horse was huge. It was the horse that they ride, that usually pulls the sleighs at Christmas time, apparently. It was the one that he rode. And it was supposed to be the caboose, but it was one of those horses that was like, I'm the alpha male, I'm not going to be in the back. But we had a good time. After that, we went up on one of the gondolas up into the amusement park that's on top of one of the mountains in Breckenridge. I'm not good with heights, like at all. At all. And of course, when they stop the gondola halfway up, it's a windy day, so it's swinging like mad, and you don't know why it stopped, and you don't know how long it's going to be stopped for. I had a panic attack. Yeah, that was the one down thing. But my kids were like, "Mom, conquer your fear." And they sat next to me and they were holding my hands. "It's okay, Mommy. We'll catch you if you fall." No, you won't. I'll be dragging you with me. But sweet sentiment just the same. That was where I got sunburned, is at the top of the mountain. We were there for hours doing the amusement park rides. The kids had a blast. Husband had a blast. It was great. Going down was easier than going up as far as the gondola ride was concerned. But yeah, but we had a good time. Then we came home. We drove from Breckenridge back to Denver yesterday, got on the plane and came home. I did get to do a lot of stitching, hence why I have finishes. I went shopping at the L&S in Denver, and I've got some haul to show from that. Of course I do. Why would I go to L&S and not buy haul? But it was a fantastic, I'll talk more about that when we get to haul. So yeah, so that was my vacation in a basic nutshell. We had a really great time, but it's nice to be back. I will say, as real of a Texan as I may be, 108 degree, feeling like it's 108 degrees outside, I miss the 70-degree weather. It was really nice. But anyway, that was vacation. You weren't here to listen to me ramble for 9 minutes about my vacation. You want to see all my Stitchy stuff. Well, let's talk haul. And I'm serious, people. We have, as I reach for it off screen, haul. Most of it unopened. So you all get to watch with me. Yay! I knew I was gonna have a lot of haul. Because I had ordered stuff and I got mail notices before I came, and I'd kind of hoped it would come before we left, but it didn't. But I had the mail held. That was my fiasco today. I had gotten our mail held for the week that we were gone because I knew I was gonna have stuff coming and we didn't need packages laying on doorsteps for a week. That's just a sign that, hello, no one's home. But I had signed up when I did my mail hold for it to end yesterday and all the mail to be delivered by the postman today. And that's why this video is coming so late, because I knew all of this stuff was coming and I wanted to be able to show it in this video. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and because our mail guy can come anywhere from 7 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He's not consistent. Well, I went outside when I saw the mail truck, I saw it driving away from our house. And I was like, oh, yay, mail guy. Went out, there was nothing in my mailbox. Like, literally, not even junk mail in my mailbox. And he was down past our house. I'm like, what the heck? So I got in the car and I drove to our post office to be like, hey, look, where's my mail? And I was a little bit politer than that, but that was the sentiment that was going in my head. And I'm really glad I did, because they had it down for me to come and pick up the mail instead of what I had in my email from the U.S. Postal Service of Postal Service to deliver mail to house. But I got it. I'm so excited. And you guys get to open with me because, like I said, all but like 2 of these are open. But anyway, we will start with the haul first that I got while I was in Colorado. The shop that I went to, it's called a stitching shop, and it's in Denver. It was literally like 5 minutes away from the condo that we were staying at. It was awesome. Fantastic shop, great people that ran it. I walk in and I met immediately, I forget her name now, I feel bad about that, but I met by one of the owners of the shop, or the workers there, and she, you know, asked if she can help and all that, and I told her I was just in town for vacation, and I like trying to stop into L&S's while I'm in town, and she took me on a whole tour of her place, and it was great. Best part about the shop to me, by far, and I've been to a lot. I love the models. I love the places like a Silver Needle, which is just piles and piles of stuff everywhere. But the best part about this shop, and if I ever opened my own L&S someday, I would steal this idea totally. In their back, they had all of the places where people could sit and stitch, but they had all of the patterns organized by designer in like the crates, like the milk crates. Some had several designers in one, some only had one, but it was in alphabetical order. And so all you would have to do is say you wanted to find Mirabilia. You could go and find the box that had the Miras, pull it out, set it on a table, and it had every Mira pattern that they had in stock in there. No going through and figuring out, okay, here's this whole display of this type of pattern and 7 or 8 different designers on it and trying to get, it was awesome. It made finding things so easy. So I was very excited. But anyway, stash, yay! This first piece, I completely blame the lovely array for. Mackenzie, I've already told you, you totally enabled me with this. Taking it out of the plastic. As soon as I came home from the post office, I ran upstairs to do this, so there's a lot of stuff that's not necessarily prepared, but oh well. Crowns of the Kingdom by Rosewood Manor. The Stash Queen needs her crowns. I think we've established that several times already. But the lovely Array showed this in one of her videos, and I had to have it. I just had to have it. And they had it in stock, so I grabbed it. I just love that. I think that's awesome. No idea when I'm going to start it. But then again, I have no idea when I'm going to start any of this stuff. The next one I got was from Mirabilia. It was Queen Mariposa. Ooh, glare. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Queen Mariposa. She's been on my wish list, and I hadn't really seen her in person. I'd seen her on 1-2-3 Stitch, but I think she's just lovely. I love that skirt. I think that's pretty cool. And it says in the back, by day she tends the grapevines in an old Spanish vineyard, but by night she becomes Queen Mariposa, ruler of flora and fauna, creator of the most delicious wine ever tasted. And I like my wine. I may drink Dr. Pepper on these videos because it's too early to start drinking alcohol yet. But I do like my wine. So she's really cool. Then the next one I got was also a Mira. This is another one that I've seen that I really, really loved and wanted. A Royal Holiday, aka the Christmas Queen. Isn't she just beautiful? I love her. I love all of the queens that come from Mirabilia. But that was just, I was so excited to see that one. And then the last pattern that I got It was from Northern Expressions Needleworks, and it was the Twisted Rainbow sampler. And yes, it's the one with the specialty stitches. I like both it and the Twisted Band. I didn't have either one of them. I had Floss for this. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Again, not sure when I'm going to start it or any of these. But yay! I also, before I left on vacation, I've told you guys before, I'm working on kitting up 2 chatelaines for 2016. One is the Tuscany Town mandala, and then the other one is the Baltic Sea one that I'm going to be doing with Coffee Stitch at some point. So one day I sat down and made a list of all of the flosses that I need for both patterns, so I could start as I see deals, as I see stuff. I could start slowly kitting up both of them, because it seems like it's not as it's totally a lie, but it seems like it's not as pricey when you do a piece at a time. But I decided I wanted to have some pieces of Colorado in those 2 mandalas. So, and honestly, it's one list that I'm working from on my phone, so I don't remember which mandala these things go to. But these are 4 chatelaines. The first one is Floss from Northern Lights, and it's in Renaissance Green. It's a beautiful silk. It's a needlepoint ink silk, I believe, but it's their Northern Lights line. And it's a really pretty, let me see if I can find something white to put behind it. Oh, where's something white so that I can put behind it? That works. But it's a really pretty green and yellow variegated silk. It's so soft. And there's 2 of them for that. And then I also got 4 skeins of Rainbow Gallery Petite Treasure Braid PB26. I think 2, it's a gold. I think each one of them has, I know each one of them has this in it. And then I got the 4 different cards of it. Let's see. So there will be a little bit of Colorado in each of those mandalas when I get around to them. That's haul part number 1. Ready for more? That was the haul I knew I had with me, because I bought it already. Okay, I have not 1, but 2 bags from Jottery. One I think is a part of my an order that I just haven't gotten yet, and I believe the other one is the Flosses of the Month, but let's take a look. I brought my scissors upstairs because I knew I was going to need to cut these. Ooh, okay, hold on. Oh boy. So, I had contacted Michelle because I had made an order and of threads that were some of her threads that she was getting ready to retire. And you know me, I wanted those threads. They were cool. So I ordered some. And they never came, 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 and they never came. I mean, we're talking months ago that I ordered this, and I'd already gotten other threads of the month, other parts of that order, and they just had never come. So I contacted her and I said, hey, I'm not sure what happened, but these never came. And she said, okay, well, I'll re-dye them. I appreciate that she re-dyed them, but it looks like I've got both orders now, one of them several months late. The first thread is one that she's retiring. It's called Louisiana. It's a pretty purple and orange. Very pretty. And I ordered 5 because it was retiring, and you never know how much you're going to need when you start doing. So there's the 5 that I had ordered. And then here appears to be the original order. Total. This one's a little bit of a lighter yellowish orange than this one is. I'm going to contact Michelle because I really didn't know that this had happened. So I will probably send, if she wants me to, I'll send back some of these. We'll wait and see. Because I really didn't know that this was coming, because like I said, I'd ordered it months ago. The other one that I had ordered from her that was retiring that I had is called Black and White Movie. It's a cool black gray and white variegated, and I received 5 of those that came with my threads of the month, and 5 that came with an order that who knows where it got lost. So I'll at least have 5 of each of those, but they're beautiful. I love them. That's so awesome. I also got, I'm trying to put these back into one of the bags while I do this, because I've got so much here that if I just throw everything around, it's going to be crazy. Looks like I also got my thread of the month for July. Yay! So let's pull these out. Okay. Show all these off. Well, first off, I will show you guys the special limited edition thread of the month for July 2015, which is called Holmesy Hair. And this is so pretty. It's got blues and greens and browns. It's really, really pretty. And I got 3 skeins of that. I really like that color. And then here are the rest that came with my next colors. Let's see here. They're not, I'm not gonna have a numerical order, sorry. This one is called Princess Carrie. It's a pretty gray and pink. That's really pretty. And then I've got Summer Sunset. That's another really pretty orange and yellow. I've got a couple of skeins of this in different designers, and I just think it's lovely. And then this one is Midnight Hour. It's dark, dark grays and light grays. Really pretty. This one is Purple Planets. That's awesome. Dark purple, light purple, indigo-y color. That's just, I love that. That's awesome. I have to get more of that at some point. This one is Arctic Splash. Nice bright blue. This one is Tabs Tangles. A pretty pink. I love these flosses. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing my Box of Delights. When I start doing Box of Delights, I'm going to do Box of Delights with Joddery's threads because she's got some awesome ones. Savannah Sunset. Ooh, so pretty. Pink, purpley brown, orange. Gorgeous. This one is Blue Moon. Blues and grays. Oops. This one is Masquerade. Masquerade. I like that. It's like a dull magenta color almost in grays. That's really pretty. And then this one is Smoke and Mirrors. So yay! Yay, floss. I love floss. Floss rocks. I can never have too much. Yes, I can, but who am I kidding? I'm the stash queen. And let me just say, I know I've got a lot of stuff that I'm showing you guys. Most of this is like my monthly stuff. It all just came at once. Let me check on something here real quick. Yeah, it doesn't even say. Yeah, one of these was mailed way back in early June, the one that was the old one, the old order. So I'll contact Michelle after this email and see what we're going to do with that. So there's that. Next. Ooh, okay. Sorry, like I said, I'm opening this with all of you guys. I had planned on doing that with Stitchy Box, which I know is in here. And I know there've been some Stitchy Box videos already. But why not just do more? This is my order this time of Rainbow Stitchery. Rainbow Stitchery is online. She's going out of business. So she's been doing some really awesome sales to get rid of her inventory and her stock. I've got more coming from her because she just did a floss one this past weekend, and I got several of the specialty flosses that I'm going to need for my chatelaines. But she had done one recently of just some patterns, and there's some really adorable ones that I had been eyeing for a while, and I went ahead and did it. So let me show you guys. First, I got 2 Mill Hill kits. This one is Kringle Wreath. Cute Santa holding a wreath. And then this one is Gifts Galore. They're meant to be made into pins. There's even a pin included in the back, but I'll probably make them into magnets. I love having these little Mill Hill kits around. They're great when you need, hi, I'm busy right now.
What's up?
What's up?
Saying hello?
Hi.
Hi. You're about that dude who died at Iron Man folder?
No, because I'm doing a Flosstube video right now.
Well then, this is good interaction.
Okay, I don't even know about the guy who died at Iron Man Boulder. My husband. Sorry. Anyway, as I was saying, I love having those little Mill Hill kits. They're usually quick 1 or 2 day stitches. They're adorable. So the next thing that I got, it's a series. I have seen this, and so I'm big on Christmas. I'm huge on Christmas. I love Christmas. One of the shops we went to in Boulder, I left with like 6 Christmas ornaments. Christmas is awesome. I have seen this in several places, and I had debated back and forth on if I was going to get this series or not. But when it was at the price that it was at, I couldn't resist. It's the Country Cottage Needleworks Santa's Village series, and I got the whole series. So here we go. We've got Santa's house. We have Poinsettia Place. North Pole Post Office. Mrs. Claus's Cookie Shop. Santa's Stocking Store, which are awesome because my favorite patterns that I have ever completed in cross stitching are my stockings. Reindeer Stables, cute little reindeer. Christmas Tree Farm. Candy Cane Cottage, I like that one a lot. I love the mints on it. Santa's Sleigh Works. Gingerbread Emporium. Elves Workshop. And then the last one I have is Hot Cocoa Cafe. My plan is to do this as I've seen some others who have done it, and make it into one big piece with all of the houses stitched on one piece of fabric. So I need to finish a Christmas pattern or 2 first before I get into that, but I think that'll be an awesome decoration to have it at Christmas time. Ooh, looks like my fabric of the month from Stephanie came. La la la. Told you this is going to be a long video. We're almost 30 minutes in and I'm not even close to being done with my stash yet. Or my haul. Yep, fabric of the month for July. From Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. This one's really pretty. This is a 28 Jobelin in Seahorse Shores. Pretty green and blue. I like this color a lot. This is really pretty. But yep, there's my fabric of the month from Stephanie. Yay! I still need to pick out fabric for Raven Queen. I'll do that some point this month, maybe. Ooh, yay, Leslie. Remember how I told you I ordered from Under the Sea Fabrics sale? I think it's come. Because I know she was working on mailing out all of the fabrics from the sale. Let me see. Oh my goodness, what all is in here. There is a lot of fabric in here. Let's see, is that all that's in here? Okay. We'll start with my fabric of the month. For this month. I believe it's this month, yeah. Which I've seen a few pictures of in other places, and I think the color is gorgeous. This is the 32 count Belfast linen in Nymph. It's another really pretty blue, green, and orange. I think Stephanie and Leslie had similar ideas, but oh my god, I love this. This is gorgeous. Oh, that is awesome. I mean, look at this. It's so pretty. I really like this. Yay! And my sale order fabrics. Ah! Okay, this first one is a 32 Joblin in Vampiric. I don't even remember what I ordered, quite honestly. Ooh. Look at this. Purpley red magenta. Oh, that's beautiful. I like it. That is awesome. Isn't that pretty? I hope the color is not being too crazy today. I'm trying to get the best light I can in here. This is a 28 Joblin in Avalon. I know I usually get the linens for her fabric of the month, but when there's a sale, I order the Joblins because those are my favorites to work with. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at this. That is such a pretty fairy fabric. Purple, pink, yellow, green, blue. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So you got one side like this. Here's the other side fold. Oh, that's so pretty. Yay! This one is a 32 Joblin called Red Skies at Night. God, I have a lot to clean up in here. And this is really pretty. Oh, wow. Look at that modeling. This is really pretty. I like this muchly, a lot. It's pretty. This one may make a good Raven Queen one because it's got kind of the blue in it. They can pull out the blue in her. This may be my Raven Queen. This is a 32 Joblin called Mermaid's Sea. Long video. Oh, this is pretty. Greens and purples. I like that. I don't do a lot of mermaids, but that doesn't mean fabric made for mermaids isn't something I would, it's definitely going to get used. That's really pretty. I like it. And like this modeling and stuff. I likey. And then this last one is Andromeda in a 28 Joblin. Ooh, look at this. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at, okay, this may be Raven Queen. If it fits size-wise. Oh, wow, look at that. That is gorgeous. I love it. Love it. Yay! So, there's my order for the sale from Under the Sea Fabrics. Next is Stitchy Box. I know Coffee Stitcher's done a Stitchy Box review. I know Jessie Marie's done a Stitchy Box review. So I knew Stitchy Box was here because I figured if Garrett got his, mine should be here because usually it's the other way around. I usually get mine before Garrett gets his for some utterly bizarre reason. Let's open this baby up. Nice wrapping. Ooh, I did get some different stuff. I thought I would. Awesome. Or it looks different. It's the Holly Wreath Christmas box for July 2015. Let's show first. This is from Weeks Dye Works. It's 28 count Jobelan in Stormy Gray. So mine is a little bit of a different color than Coffee Stitcher's is, but I use Jobelan and 28 count and 32 count much more than the higher linen counts. That's really pretty. I like that. And then we've got the perforated paper, which I'm very familiar with. And you're going to see another piece of perforated paper in a little bit when I get around to my whips. Ooh, and here are my finishing fabrics. Pretty red stripes. That's really pretty. This one is a really pretty red floral print. And then white on white Christmas trees. Very cute. And then the flosses. And I think I got some different ones here too. Maybe. Let's take a look. Here is the Dragonfly Lotus Sparkle Collection Christmas Dance. It really is so pretty. I love this. I need to start figuring out where I'm going to put wool into my pieces because I'm collecting it now from Dragonfly Lotus and I haven't worked with it yet, so I need to start figuring that out. Maybe pick Coffee Stitcher's brain. Here is the Pure Palette Baroque Silk in Fresh Basil. It really is a very pretty green. I like that. Here is Weeks Dye Works in Artichoke, which is another pretty green. Here is Weeks Dye Works in Galvanized. Here is another little piece of the finishing strip. I'm curious to see what examples of projects she recommends. Here is some DMC 677, which I think might be a color I'm needing right now. I love this Krynic. It's their Silk Serica in 1117. I've not seen the Krynic silk before. I really, really like that. And yes, it's going to go into my Krynic box. Then here is from Gloriana, a one-of-a-kind colorway, a yard of it. It's a pretty brown and greeny tone. I like that. That's pretty. And then I got the Glistening Gloss Rainbow Blending Thread in 406, which is gold. Very cool. Yay! So yeah, that's Stitchy box. Awesome. I'm really excited to see what, let me pull out those so I can bring them downstairs. What they suggest for the different pattern, or what projects and stuff they suggest, because I think there's some pretty cool things here. Sorry, I'm trying to put some of this up. You've already seen, I've got a lot of haul. Now, let's see, get this in here. I can organize that better later. Yeah, this will go back here for right now. There's this other pile of stuff. Now, this last thing, I think is going to settle once and for all who is more Texan, me or Coffee Stitcher. Now, we've had the battle back and forth about, you know, our favorite drink, Dr. Pepper. We've had, you know, all sorts of jests thrown back and forth. You even had Coffee Stitcher, adorable, sweet, wonderful Coffee Stitcher, you know, using the lip balm that I remember using in like 6th grade that is Dr. Pepper flavored. But you know, I got a box today of something that I ordered that I think proves once and for all that I am more Texan than Coffee Stitcher. This is a stitching channel. This is Flosstube. Dr. Pepper Needle Minder. And it's a heart. But that's not all. Because my good dear friend is Coffee Stitcher, a Dr. Pepper needle binder in a coffee cup. I win. I love you, Garrett, but I win. Actually, these are magnets that I got off of Etsy from Pop Can Creations, but I'm making them into needle minders because, dude, needle minders. I win. I win, I win, I win, I win, I win. Did I mention that I win? Because I win. And look, it even came wrapped up, the box came wrapped with this really cool yarn. That's so soft. I want to save this for something. I don't know what I'm going to save it for, but I'm going to save it for something. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my haul. That's what happens when I go out of town for a week and a half or however long it's been. So yes, I wanted to, that's the haul. So I guess we'll move on to stitching. I showed you guys before I left all of the projects that I brought with me. I was able to stitch every day, which is great. But first thing I'm going to show you guys is are my finishes. Now, I packed everything up on Tuesday because we left on Wednesday and thought it was going to take me a lot longer to do than it actually did. And so I'm sitting around Tuesday night and I'm like, I want to stitch something. What the heck am I going to stitch? Because most of my stuff is packed and I don't want to pull out any of that stuff and mess with it. So I went looking through my whips and I found the smallest whip that was almost done. It was Wine Glass by Mill Hill and I finished it. Isn't that cute? Let's see if I can, so you don't have to see through the perforated paper. I just had beading left to do. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Haven't cut it out yet, obviously. But I will. So that's finish number 1. Finish number 2 was my first alphabet ABC piece for the month. Yay! All Things Noah, my oldest whip, is done. It's by dimensions. I'm so happy. Now, I have to tell you, this I usually work on most of my pieces on my 10-inch hoop, and I have 2 smaller hoops. I can't remember their sizes off the top of my head, but 2 smaller hoops that I work on smaller pieces like this for. I grabbed the wrong hoop for when I went out of town, so I had to stitch the rest of this in hand. I'm glad to not have to stitch in hand anymore. But I finished the border, I did the stars, I did the rest of the back stitching. It's done! I started this before 2001. So I'm really happy to have this finished. What I'm gonna do with it? No idea yet. The kit came with, and I still have, stuff to make it into a wall hanging, but it's kind of kitschy, country. It's Debbie Mom, which I like Debbie Mom, but my house isn't decorated for Debbie Mom. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep this yet or give it away, but I'm going to put them in my box finishes up there. I'll figure out at some point how I'm gonna finish it. And I finished that yesterday because I started on the 1st of August doing the same thing I did for Wine and Whips. Did an hour every day, and I finished it on the car ride a little bit more than an hour yesterday, but it was a unique day because it was a travel day. I finished it on the drive from Breckenridge to Denver in the car. So it's done. Yay! What does that mean for August ABCs? I will get to that in a little bit. But I also got to work on several, not all, but several of my other whips that I brought with me. I do have 2 holdovers, but we'll get to that in a minute. So the first thing that I worked on, mostly in the airport on Wednesday, more perforated paper. This is the Spirit of Cross Stitch Angel by Brooks Books. And I did all of this color of the pink in the wings for the angel. And I have to say, complete sidebar, I saw on Facebook, Brooks Books' Facebook page, the Wizard of Oz Santa that she's releasing. Oh my God. I know Coffee Stitcher's a huge Wizard of Oz fan. I like it. I'm not nearly as huge of a fan as he is, but I'm so going to get that at some point. It is stunning. Absolutely stunning. You need to take a look if you haven't seen it. Anyway, the next piece I worked on was St. Peter's. by John Clayton International. I pretty much finished the, oh, sorry. This fabric is, should have cut this fabric before I started this piece. I finished all of these rows down here and started working up. Some of this stuff that's on the, that's down is the next page underneath, but I had some extra color left that I didn't want to waste. And then I did a little bit more up here, but these are all, I filled in these solid rows here. I plan on working up and then working down. So there's that one. Next was Stardust Fairy by Joan Elliott. I started working on her skin and her hair. So 1/1 skin and then hair where it fit in, and this little piece of her thing. I love the effect of 1/1 skin. I think it's stunning. It is definitely not an easy thing to do though. I mean, it's easy in that it's just 4 crosses, but they're tiny. But I love it. And I won't do my mirrors or my Joan Elliott's any other way because I'm weird like that. But I also don't do mermaids, and mermaids have a lot more skin. Like, I think it was Jessie Marie that mentioned that. Then 1/1 skin on the mermaids are crazy. This is Stitching ABCs by Designworks. I worked some more on the yarn in the basket and started outlining the H because H is in the middle. I think it says handcrafted or handmade with love is the H letter. So worked on that some. And then I also had my 2 monthly stitch alongs. I cannot tell you how excited I was when the Storytime sampler frame for this month came out. Phantom of the Opera is awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Favorite frame by far. It's my second, it's tied for my favorite musical with Les Miserables. I've seen it countless times. I've seen the movie. I know the theme track by heart, or the soundtrack by heart. When I was stitching this, I had my iPod, and I usually watch Flosstube or TV when I'm stitching because I like doing that. And music is difficult for me to stitch to because I keep wanting to sing along and that gets me off track. I didn't care with Phantom. I had my Phantom soundtrack on my iPod and I was singing away with it. But here is Phantom of the Opera. Isn't it awesome? I love, 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 love it. And then here is, and I did finish it in a day. And because Denver is an hour behind Texas, it seemed like I finished it a lot sooner than I normally did. Same time equivalent if I'd moved an hour ahead. But here's the full piece. I really like that even though there's some childish, or not childish, but childhood stories in here like Charlotte's Web, that it's taken a much more classical overall theme when you add things in like Lady of Shalott and Sherlock Holmes and Phantom of the Opera. But I love it. And then I also was able to finish Leo, which was the next portion of the Zodiac sampler. Sorry, it was kind of folded funky. And I need to put my minder back on in the right place. So let's get this down here. So here is Leo. And I kind of thought it was timely, considering all of the hoopla about Cecil the Lion. And here is the full piece to date. I'm really, really loving this. So yeah, that was what I got to work on in addition to the Noah's Ark, or All Things Noah, for the week that I was gone. I brought more pieces, but of course this one took a few days longer than it normally does. And of course, throw in the fact that we weren't home most of the days, I stitched a lot of that on Iron Man Sunday, but I didn't get to finish it between going out and watching at certain points and at some points being just too nervous and anxious to stitch. But I did have 2 holdovers, because that's what we're going to start next, is we're going to do a mini whips for the week. Because I have today, which is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to finish out the week to get back on my normal Sunday update rotation. So I've got the 2 holdovers and then 1 additional pattern for the rest of this week. And since it's been a while since I did my video, I'll show you guys again what the holdovers are. The first one that I'll work on later today is and I can't show you the pattern because I have it electronically. It's the Sugar is Sweet sampler by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And just as a reminder, this is where I am at this point. I am doing this on 28 Jobelin in Highland Heather from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie, using Flosses by Mo's Sale. I'm kind of glad that this one ended up being a holdover, just so if I feel like stitching more on it today, I can dip into more of my flosses than what I had brought with me. The next holdover, or the only other holdover from my trip, was the Sweet Pea Fairy by Joan Elliott. As a reminder, that's what she looks like. Oh, where did that piece go? Oh, it's in my lap. Long day. You need a couple of days to even recover from vacation, I have found. This is on 28 Jobelin in Fairy Dance from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. Sorry. Like I said, I just came and ran up here. Here is my lovely fairy so far. They're one of everyone's skin that I'm excited to not be doing next time. And then the minder on the other one was a Harry Potter from Delicious Threads, and this one is Pinup Tinkerbell from Gina's Unique Needle Minders, which I've got a haul coming from that soon. And then the last one, that's a new one that I haven't shown you guys yet, is so appropriate for me. It is called The Biggest Stash by Crosspoint Designs. She who has the biggest stash wins. So for me. So for the Stash Queen. I am doing this on a 32 Jobelin in April Showers from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. I didn't get a lot done on it when I started it for Stitch Mania, but that's where I started at that point. And I'm going to use one of the Dr. Pepper minders for my needle minder. So yeah, that's what I'm going to work on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'll start back up with my normal whips for the week and do a mini week in review thing. But that also then leaves August ABCs. Now, August 1st was Saturday, this past Saturday. And my intention had been, like I did with Wine and Whips, to do 1 week on the project and then come back at the start of the following week and show you the next project and so on and so forth. Well, I'm done with my first one for my first week. All Things Noah was my first week's August ABCs. And even though I've got some other pieces that I'm going to be working on here, 2 of the 3 pieces that I'm working on for the next couple of days have letters in them, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and get a jump start on my next August ABCs piece. And I'm going to work on this starting today, but I'm going to work on it until, like, as if I started it Saturday. So Saturday to the following Friday. So this is going to get 2 extra hours on it. So it should get 9 hours of time on it instead of 7, which I think is fine. This is the Doctor Who clock from Cloud's Factory. I'm doing this. This is where I am at this point, and I can't show you the pattern because it's electronic. But it's got the TARDIS in the middle, the Gallifreyan text behind it, and then it'll say wibbly wobbly timey wimey, which for all of my fellow Whovians, you all know what that is. And I'm doing this on a 32 Opal Lugana jewel, so one of a kind piece from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. Or not him, sorry, from Under the Sea Fabrics, excuse me. And then I've got a TARDIS needle minder from Minding My Minders, because you gotta have a TARDIS needle minder. And then this, I'm doing this all in silks except for the white and the flesh tones from Mo's Sale. So yeah, I want to get started on that today and then work on it until the following Saturday. That means I will not have a video this Saturday for August ABCs. which is fine because 3 videos in 4 days is a lot. So I'm going to be back. You won't see that again until not this Saturday, but the following Saturday's update for August ABCs, unless I finish it, which I don't think I will. I've got a lot more. There's 12 doctors and the Gallifreyan text and the wibbly wobbly timey wimey still to stitch on it, but that's for my son, and so we're going to see how far we can get on it. Told you it was going to be a long video. That's what happens when I go have it down and end up getting a whole lot of mail. So Coffee Stitcher's tag, even though I know he's probably sad because he's probably realizing now that I have won the Real Texan Cross Stitcher Showdown. I'm still going to do his tag because it's an awesome tag, and I remember now seeing it when I binge watched him before I really knew him, but I had forgotten about it because he's done a lot of videos since then, a lot. But it's a great tag, so I'm going to go ahead and do that tag now. First question. What is one designer you didn't initially have interest in until you actually did one of their pieces? My answer to that would be Rosewood Manor. Absolutely. The first piece I ever started with Rosewood Manor, I haven't finished any of the pieces yet, but I have 2 in my rotation and several in my stash, like Crowns of the Kingdom that you just saw. The first piece that I ever started will be coming up soon for you guys to see, and it's the American Flag Quilt Sampler. And I had seen this piece on one of the blogs that I followed, and I had seen some other Rosewood Manor designs before. It's a lot of Quakers, a lot of primitive-ish, a lot of country-ish, and it just wasn't what I had seen. I hadn't really been overly drawn to. But I saw this pattern being worked on, and I fell in love with it. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. It's going to be a gift. I know what I wanted to do. So I got it and I started it, and I had a blast with it. Or I am having a blast with it even when I'm stitching it. Got a long way to go on it, but I'm enjoying stitching it. Well, I decided to look again at some of the other Rosewood Manor stuff, just random here and there, and for a while nothing was still really interesting me. I mean, you know what it is. Sometimes a designer will have one pattern and that's the only pattern that you like. Well, I think it was a sale on 123 Stitch, I believe, that I saw the seasonal Quakers for Rosewood Manor. I'm not a Quaker person. I think they're lovely. It's just not my thing. But I fell in love with the seasonal Quakers. And then I saw Quaker Diamonds, which you guys have seen me work on. And I fell in love with Quaker Diamonds. And I bought them all. And I started Quaker Diamonds mainly because I had the threads for it. And then I bought Crowns of the Kingdom. And I keep an eye out now much more for Rosewood Manor patterns because I have enjoyed very much stitching the 2 that I am working on. Not every pattern calls to me. There's not a single designer, even Joan Elliott, who is my absolute favorite designer, period, not all of her pieces called me. They just don't. But Rosewood Manor would definitely be who I wasn't that interested in until I started doing it, because of that one piece. What is one designer you just cannot get in the groove of? Now, I hope I don't lose any followers because of this. I'm going to say Lizzie Kate. I like several of the Lizzie Kate ABCs patterns. Like I have one in my stash. I think it's the ABCs of parenting. It could be the ABCs of marriage. But those are the 2 of those. I like both of those a lot. And there's a couple of her other ABCs of whatever that are cute. The other rest of her line and stuff just doesn't appeal. I'm sorry. I like seeing other people do them. They're just not for me. That's the awesome thing about Flosstube and about blogs and about Facebook and all that. There's a ton of stuff that I won't do for whatever reason, but I love seeing everyone else do them. And I think it's awesome watching everyone else progress on whatever they're working on. So Lizzie Kate would be my answer. And then the third question is, what is one chart you would love to see made and who would design it? I've got several answers to this. I am going to second Jessie Marie's call out of Garrett of Coffee Stitcher, but he already knows that. So separate from that, These are all things I've talked about with other people before. Some of them in Stitch Mania, some of them in other groups. The first thing I would like to see, and I know some others have, I don't know if they've said it in videos, but I know they've expressed it to me otherwise, Cleopatra by Mirabilia. I think that would be awesome. Mirabilia and Nora Corbett do gorgeous women, gorgeous queens. Can you just imagine, like, Raven Queen is gorgeous. You know, all of these other things that I've shown you guys in my stash videos are amazing. I think a Cleopatra with all the possibilities of gold and the metallics and the beads and I think that would be awesome. I would love to see her do that and have it start a line of patterns based on real queens like Catherine the Great of Russia, or Queen Elizabeth I, or, you know, any of these mythical, well-known, any of Henry VIII's wives, an Anne Boleyn, or, you know, that would be awesome, or Catherine de Medici from France, or, you know, it's, you could find so many that I think would just be phenomenal if Mirabilia did this. The other ones are annual sampler ideas that I would have for either Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery or Clouds Factory, because I think both of them could do them really well. First is Broadway musicals, which, you know, technically Frosted Pumpkin already did one with Phantom of the Opera, but, you know, Phantom and Les Miserables and Carousel and Chorus Line and any of the, you know, the Book of Mormon and any of, I mean, so many musicals. I can't even think of all of the musicals that I have seen over the years. I think that would be an awesome theme annual sampler. I also would love to see Greek and Roman mythology, the gods, the goddesses, the stories. I think that would be really cool to see either one of them do. And there was another one, but I forgot to write it down, and it came to me as I was in bed last night, and then when I remember it, I'll let you know, but I cannot remember for the life of me. But those would be the answers that I'd have to those questions. So if anyone's watching, Nora Corbett, Clouds Factory, the Frosted Pumpkin, there's some ideas for you. Told you it'd be a long video. That's basically all I have for you guys today. My next video will be on Sunday, and that'll be getting back into my normal routine. I'll do my mini whips for the week with the whips that I've got between now and Sunday. I'll do my review or my preview for the upcoming week. If I have any haul, which I don't, I might have some August, a couple of things coming, but I don't think I have too many things outstanding. I think that's going to be my biggest haul for a while. If I have any haul, I'll show it. I know there's some tags that are out there. I try to watch some Flosstube here and there. I am woefully behind on Flosstube, being gone for a week. I just watched a few videos here and there. I'll see if there's any, I'll see if there's a tag or something that I could possibly do while I'm out there. I will figure out what stash I will share next time I'm around. I'm not sure if it's just gonna be the rest of my pattern. I don't know yet. I don't know. But I'll figure something out. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Stitchy week. Thank you everyone for subscribing, for commenting, for sharing. It makes me smile knowing how much you all enjoy the videos. The comments that have been sent to me, both commenting on the videos themselves and just separate messages that have been sent to me on Facebook, I really do appreciate it. I know there were some people that are like, are you home yet? Where's your video yesterday? And I was like, I just got home. You're gonna wait for a video till tomorrow. But I thought that was sweet to know that so many people were eager and wanting to see what was going on. And you all are wonderful. And I enjoy doing this so much. And I do it for you guys as much as I do it for me. So with that said, I will see you guys next time.